Let's start off first with Tucker Kraft and Ben Sims. Put in some work, boys. Setting the tone. So I love this. 91 is, a 295-pound elephant end or 290-pound elephant end. Does a great job of standing up, talking about Tucker Kraft. Ben Sims does a good job on the 53, the pass rush linebacker. And it's just a fantastic way to start the game. We get good movement everywhere. And again, they're playing kind of a two safety box and they're dropping early. But we have the numbers advantage if the tight ends can hold up on single guys. Now, the defensive end's job in this world, I'll say this to my grave, is to defeat a tight end. And there's just not that many tight ends in the game anymore, like Mercedes Lewis, that are just literally there at 285 pounds built to overpower the defensive end. Like these are not those guys. So Tucker Kraft and Ben Sims, we might have found the duo. These guys are really getting good and impressive at this part of the game. Now, chicken salad, man. We talk about Josh Jacobs' ability to make chicken salad all the time. So Tucker Kraft sips on the backside, goes up to the second level. Jordan Morgan this is what we just call position blocking. So you kind of throw the guy out, and then you really have told the back you can't go out here anymore. You think you've done a good job, but really you've got off half the field. Jacobs goes immediately back to see the defensive end crashing down, pops this outside, spins out, and then ends up getting another 10 yards downfield. He is really, really a good football player. Love this 3rd and 1 play. So the reason this was such a big deal was if you line up under center, obviously they walk their guys up. But when you go in motion, I think we've seen the Chiefs do this. When you go in motion, and all of a sudden we almost get an offsides here, but we go in motion, you just drop the tight end in and do the quick sneak. First of all, nobody's really ready to play ball because there's a tight end right behind the center. And 2, linebackers can't get to the A-gaps in enough time, and you just have this surge all of a sudden. Fun play call. We got 2 backs in the early windows were open, and this is, I'm sure Matt LaFleur is looking at this and going, okay, if they're going to play, they're playing 4 on the high side, but they're playing man down beneath, at least man at the first level, man match. Every window's open here. And so I'm sure if you're the play caller, you're thinking to yourself, I got time because I'm not necessarily going to get rushed, although he looks like he's getting rushed a little bit here, but I'm not going to get that. I don't have that Aiden Hutchinson to worry about. And I have all these windows open. And of course, Robert, God, I almost said Robert Brooks, 87 Dobbs, does such a good job for a couple weeks in a row now, especially on that slant, and really did a good job of creating a stem there and then breaking off the stem. So kind of a 2-part move for him on the inside slant. No traction issues. Look at the speed and then the decel, and just appreciate the athleticism of Christian Watson here. Now, Tom Brady says, I can come down the center a little bit more. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, you have to make that a little bit easier clash, but great hands, no traction issues, no problems with the rain. Love the play speed here. So Elgton Jenkins playing center out of position. Does a really good job of just getting to the edge and then trying to square back up and press. And this play is really made, though, by the backside. Rasheed Walker just almost looks like he's offside. He's so fast off the ball. But ends up hooking the backside backside 3 technique on the V block, and really pushes Jordan Morgan into the linebacker. Look at the play speed here on the backside by 63, though. He's there way too fast. Pushes Morgan to the linebacker. You see Elgton Jenkins is doing a great job trying to leverage so they can cut off the backside. Puts his foot in the ground, talking about Josh Jacobs. Probably one of the really, really good runs early on. And now we see this from Malik McNeil. I'll show you back. It's like Hawkinson from Over the Top. When he goes from this to that, man, when he squares up, you got to watch. He just bench presses into the backfield, ends up making the tackle at the line of scrimmage. Really, really, we saw that on tape all week. You just have to be aware that at that point, he's not trying to penetrate anymore. He's trying to bench press you off and read. Have the play that you want. Unfortunately, pressure equals problems. I think guys are coming off the edge here. So they got 3 guys. Instead of stepping into this throw, he throws off his back heel. And it's all casual and it's all great and everybody loves it. Loves the sometimes not having the footwork and trying to with the arm strength, but step into the damn throw and take a take a shot because you put this ball on the numbers instead of behind the guy in the rain. He probably catches the ball. You have a first down. Maybe you're walking in the end zone, and that's just part of the maturation process. We get and this is like a larger conversation, and it happens to everybody. This isn't just a Jordan Love thing, but just because you get away with stuff doing it a certain way doesn't, like, for the 8 times out of 10 that you get it right, the 2 times out of 10 that you get it wrong, you're going to be frustrated. And sometimes, especially that number increases when you're in bad weather conditions, you're playing against an opponent, whatever. So you really got to kind of bear down and make sure you're good with fundamentals. In the pistol, have they found the right combo here? I know that obviously Musgrave is a big part of that conversation, but Simpson doing a hell of a good job. We get 2 single blocks here. We got Kraft on the second level at Anzalone, and Sims does a hell of a job finishing the block there to spring that guy free. I mean, if you can get 2 guys who were just able to tie the linebacker and defensive end, you have a huge opportunity there in the run game. This is still where we're running the football. If anybody's wondering. Let me look at this play. So I'll go back. So Kraft's got a kind of a cutoff block here. There we go. So he's got inside shade. So that's really, we call that a 7 technique on the tight end. So he's just really trying to base drive, and the tight ends or in the defensive end trying to keep that inside lane. So you can work your hat over a little bit more, Tucker Kraft, to get him to go down a little bit more. Look at the jump cut and getting vertical here. God bless America, he's good. Good player. This right here this is kind of the sign of things to come. If you aren't going to be aggressive here, on the top of this, you can't hesitate. He who hesitates is lost. You got to go in, stick your head in, and you have to be, first to contact, super aggressive, not going to go off the line of scrimmage. Now, this is the hit that Brian Branch took out with Melton, and they just kicked out of the game. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really don't like that he got kicked out of the game. I thought it was BS. That's a tough sport. First of all, it's a tough sport. And he's not, like, we've all seen guys trying to murder somebody, and this is not that, right? This is an unfortunate reality of playing a sport at 100 miles an hour. 15-yard penalty, sure. Flag him, sure. But kick him out of the game, that's a bad call for me. It's a tough sport, though. So the screen game, sometimes this is one of those things they should have had to check out of it. So let me go back. So you're always running a shallow cross on the screen game. Shallow cross is going to come from the bottom of the screen here. Anzalone's going to pick him up, but he doesn't really pick him up. The shallow cross is wide-ass open. You got a linebacker on a running back. We saw this for a touchdown 2 games ago, right, in the same end zone. So we'll run this playthrough, and the Packers have to know that 91 and their nose tackle are running this almost like a drop zone where they're gonna loop outside to the gaps because they have to have gap responsibility there. And even though they're not bringing pressure, this kind of acts like a pressure in the sense that those guys are going to be soft. So when you watch this, and I think the Packers do a good job in the sense that they single up. Jordan Morgan doesn't try to get in on the action with anybody. But because they're looping out and they're kind of soft rushing, it's unfortunate you couldn't put this play on the other side. If you would have ran this to the other side, you have a successful play. We got trips down low. And this is the wheels come off. So it's 10-3 ball game, second quarter. You're in a 2-minute drive. You got a lot of options. You had a ton of time. And I think this is the second week in a row, you just kind of give one up here. And you don't that one's tough to watch. We love the over out here. Didn't read, we haven't heard as much from him the last couple of weeks, really kind of highlighting Romeo Doubs. Jaden Reed's like, hey, don't forget about me. Wide ass open, had 2 really good catches this weekend. Just such a threat. This is my new favorite play. Okay, let's break this one down. And this one play is awesome. All right. Nope. Okay. So first off, they've got 3 guys. Jaden Reed's in the backfield. So right away, you go, okay, what's going on with him? They're going to run a clear route to grab that corner and just run like a seam 9. They're going to pull the guard in play action and show Jacobs going. They're going to take Reed and run the wheel route from the backside to drag the linebacker. And then the real target is just Tucker Kraft coming on the shallow cross on the fake guard pull. That is a fun football play, man. There's a lot of eye candy there. You got the guard pull, which is awesome. You got the drag away from the safety. You got the wheel route by Jaden Reed, which is really probably his first priority if he gets lost. And then you've got the shallow cross. There's no way the linebacker's picking that up when he pull that guard, man. That is phenomenal. That is a fun play. And Tucker's on my fantasy team. So we'll take all the air we can get. Okay, here we go. Sometimes this happens, right? I'm talking about shit. Sometimes shit happens, man. Forrest Gump it. I mean, come on, boys. Honestly, to get back to the line of scrimmage is pretty impressed by Wilson. I think this went for no gain. This one, I mean, it's like this is one of those deals where, like, okay, that's not a perfect snap, but like, who plays out Forrest? Like, what do we? That's tough. I wonder. This is one of those things where I'm going to go back and I'm going to ask, do these guys practice outside when it's raining? Yeah. Are they playing with wet football? See, back in Seattle, you practiced outside when it rained at least once a week, and the quarterbacks had to go outside and play with wet footballs and get out. Hasselbeck to be out there, making sure that they could grip it and whatnot. I mean, it's important. I love that he went pistol this week, by the way. Okay, this is another play in the game that you're trying to get back in the game. Your speedster's got the dude he had to slow down. He had him by 5 yards. And it's just kind of you think, bad throw, right? But, I mean, he's about to get absolutely dump trucked here by Liam McNeil. Like, Jordan Morgan steps down too much, opens up, arm chop over, and just gets crushed. And it's like, look, it's easy to point fingers from the armchair. But, dude, this guy's taking it right under the chin. And that's why quarterbacks get paid a lot. I mean, good gracious. Tough sport. Another one nice to Jaden Reed. I just like to put the good stuff in here as well, even when you lose. Great throw and catch. But then, we end up with this. Like,